What is up, everybody? It is your local Ottawa fan, and I'm here to talk to you today about the 3-0 win against New York, the first ever shutout in PWHL Ottawa history. And this means that PWHL Montreal is the last team to get a shutout victory. That's it. We were the last. It was us there in Montreal, and one of us had to do it, and looks like we were the ones who beat them to the punch, and it is well deserved by Maschmeyer, who's had an incredible season. And it felt like, when is she going to get this? Because it felt so deserving. It felt like she deserved one by now, and it just hadn't happened. And this definitely was the game to do it, because we were the better team, but the second half of the game, New York came back strong, and I don't think we would have won if Maschmeyer had not shut them out. Even though the final score was 3-0, we didn't get our second goal until there was like 2 minutes and change left in the game. So for a majority of this game, it was 1-0. And if we gave them any life, if we let them score a goal, it could have completely changed the outlook of this game. But before I actually get into the game, I want to get into something before the game, the trade deadline, because I haven't made a video on the trade deadline. So I thought I would do it here. We made 2 trades. One I despise, and one I am going to controversially completely 100% stand by. So we'll start with the one that's controversial because I don't like it. It's a controversial trade in the sense of everyone in Ottawa is not a fan. Look, I'm happy to have Darkangelo on the team. I am. And I know that she's a very talented, very skilled player who very well could bring a needed veteran presence. I believe she was captain of a team that won, I want to say the PWHA, but I'm not 100% sure on what league it was, but I'm pretty sure she captained a team to a championship recently, like I think last season. I'm not 100% sure on the exact details, but nonetheless, a captain of somebody who won a championship is good to have on your team, and that's good veteran presence. And, you know, maybe here in Ottawa we could utilize her better. I think she is better suited as a depth forward, and I do think Ottawa does have good depth. Lexi Agia is a steep price for a depth forward. Yeah, I'll admit, recently Lexi Agia has not been who she was at the start of the season, where she just scored a whole bunch of goals. She's still Lexi Agia. She still was playing great. She's a fan favorite. I mean, look, I think it's, right here, Lexi Agia. Like, and that's, I think, the big thing, is that she was a fan favorite. She's in so much of the promotional material. Her walk-ins are great. You know, she was very much, it felt like a heart and soul player for this team. And it sucks to lose her. It sucks to lose a fan favorite player. I hope I eat my words. I hope that Darkangelo in triple overtime of Game 5 in the finals scores the winner and Ottawa wins the championship because of her. And I eat my words and I say, damn, thank goodness we have her. I hope that this is a case of buying low and selling high. Maybe Lexi Agia had a really hot start and it's going to cool down for a while now, and Darkangelo just had a slow start, and she's going to really heat up, and we're going to be happy to have her for the rest of the season. I hope that's the case, but we had a player who is 11th in goals in the league. 11th. She very well could finish this season top 10 in goals. Top 10 for somebody with currently 1 assist. Talented player, yes. A player who can make an impact on the right team, I'm sure. A team that nonetheless, a player who nonetheless has 1 assist, traded for a top 11 goal scorer. Also, yes, I think at the very least we could have gotten more. Could have gotten a draft pick. Although I don't know how the draft pick are traded right now. I get that when there's 6 teams, I think they actually have a lot more value, because you're going to be picking so often that, giving a team, multiple chances to pick in a very short window, it could be dangerous. But we gave them the signing rights to a player. Like, it should have been the other way around. We should have told Boston, hey, throw in the signing rights to a player and then we'll make this trade happen. Not Lexi Agia plus the rights to someone else for 1 assist. Again, happy she's on the team. Like, genuinely, welcome to the team, Darkangelo. I think you're going to love it here in Ottawa. We are, as I'm sure you can see by us being so upset at losing Lexi, we love our players here. And I will fight tooth and nail for her. But I can't help but feel like we fumbled here. Like, we could have gotten something a lot better. Like, Lexi Agia could have been packaged with, the signing rights to a player to get somebody who's had a bit more of an impact in this league. Or if we wanted Darkangelo, we didn't need to trade Lexi. That it didn't cost us that much, and that we sold a little too much to get what we wanted. That Lexi still could have been a part of this team And also Dark Angelo could have been part of this team. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't like that trade. The Boulier trade, I do. I am upset that we aren't going to get the who let the dogs out, boo, 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 boo. I hope Montreal does that for her when she scores. Not against Ottawa. But Vanasova, I like that. I'm sorry. I'm a fan. I think that that's good. First off, I think our defense has so much depth. And I think that our forwards is where we need to really solidify. I think that we are a team that's had trouble finishing off a lot of our good chances. A team where offense not being there has lost us games. And we are a team that, has been good defensively, and our goaltending has been amazing. As this game we finally got a shutout, but finally it's a strong word. We've had a lot of games where we only let in 1 or 2 goals, and a lot of games where we've lost because we let in 2 goals, and that was not and we still lost because we only scored 1 or we only scored 2 and lost in a shootout. So I think getting more offense so that we don't have 1 and 2 goal games, that we have every game with 3, 4, 5 goals a game, that would make us a threat. That would make us a really good threat, not just to push for the playoffs, but maybe to even make some noise. And I think that this game, we won 3-0. I think that's what the standard should be, 3 goals. I think our standard should be at least 3 goals and hold them to at least 2, or no more than 2, sorry. And I think that Vanasova, we'll get into this game obviously, but I think Vanasova can help us there. So those are my thoughts on the 2 trades. And in the game, Taralova, she almost scores. New York had a huge save, and there were a lot of really, really good plays by Levy this game. I want to make it clear, Levy had a good game, and a big reason why New York lost is because they got goalied in a game where they almost goalied us. It's just that Maschmeyer is Maschmeyer. The Ottawall cannot be stopped. And the first period, it really was our period. We outshot them 15-5. At one point, it said scoring chances were 8-0 Ottawa. I think we actually made it 9. But think of that, the scoring chances, where they genuinely said, okay, New York had an actual chance to score there, versus when Ottawa had an actual chance, and we goose-egged them 8-0. The game should have been done in the first. Technically, it was, because first off, the way that Jenner kept the play alive, I ragged on her a little bit last game. I did. And she had a really good game here. She had a good assist, a really good goal. I gotta say, I said last game that I hope she, steps up. She was in her head. This game, it serves as a showing that, yeah, she had, she hit the post in overtime, and she missed on her shot in the shootout, and she kind of fanned on it. What does she do? She wakes up, new game, new day, goal and an assist, with a goal that really was the dagger. And the assist, although Mrazova's pass to Darryl Watts is really the thing of beauty here, I gotta give credit. She keeps this play alive, Jenner. Just a really smart hockey IQ play, just a high IQ play, and gets it to Mrazova, who keeps the play alive, over to Darryl Watts. 1-0 Ottawa. 1-0. That's where the game mostly stays. The story of this game, honestly, it's Maschmeyer. This is one of the few times where I want to talk less about the chances that Ottawa had. Oh, yes, we did have a few power plays, including in the first period. We had New York take an early penalty. We don't score, and they take a penalty. We don't score. Really, the story here is that Maschmeyer got a shutout. The first period, that wasn't really the story. The first period was that we just worked New York. We only got 1 goal, but as was evident by the rest of the game, that was enough. We got the game-winning goal in the first period. So you could look at it and say we only got 1 goal in the first period. Or you could say, yeah, we got the game-winning goal in the first period. The rest of the game, it didn't matter. New York wasn't going to score. Maschmeyer showed up. Maschmeyer showed up, especially in the second period. New York showed up in the second and the third. A lot more than they did. They didn't show up for the first period. They showed up for the second and especially the third, and we'll get to the third period. Again, early penalty trouble. Again, Maschmeyer stands tall. Again, New York takes a penalty of their own. Again, we don't score. It feels like a repeat of the second period, just New York plays a little bit better this time. New York is playing better, but we're in front, and that is playing to our benefit. And okay, we got to talk about the third period, because I think this is the other story. Obviously, Maschmeyer getting the shutout is piece one of this, but piece two, we just traded for Vanisova. And then she gives, midway through the third period, about a dirty hit. Really bad, on the back of rock. Like, on the numbers. I am a huge Ottawa homer. You will not see somebody who's a bigger homer than me. And even I can say, yeah, that deserves a game misconduct. No questions about it. That deserves, honestly, a suspension. Like, you can't do that. It's... First off, it was like the plays on the boards. They were just trying to get the puck out. Vanisova, the hit is big. It kind of comes out of nowhere. And even as an Ottawa fan, I didn't like it. Did I like New York's reaction to it? No, I did not. I do think that that's Jill Saunier. Her answer to, like, kind of grab around the throat near the head. That's also dangerous. Like, don't compound this. But the announcers, even when this happened, they said that we might see the first fight in the PWHL. That's how bad the hit was. The hit was bad enough that even though in the PWHL, a fight, like, that's it. You're done for the game. Like, you're probably going to get suspended too. It's not like in the NHL where it's a 5-minute break. You know, there was a lot of game left. There was, a decent amount of time left in the third. In the NHL, you fight, there's still like 7 minutes left in the game by the time the fight is over. In the PWHL, like, that is it. That's your night. Go home, pack your bags. And the announcers were like, this is enough. This might be... It didn't lead to a fight. Thank goodness it didn't lead to a fight. But I wouldn't blame New York if they dropped the gloves. I really wouldn't have. That hit was bad. And I think that it's a bad, initial sign. I also did like Amanda Boulier. Don't get me wrong. While I'm saying that I'm happy that she's gone, I liked her. She was part of this team. I'm an Ottawa fan. We PWHL Ottawa fans defend their plays with an nail. We love our plays. I was so upset when Michaela Grant-Mentis left. So upset when Lexi Adja left. Like, I get that it's a business. I get that that's part of the game. But, like, I do feel upset. And I was upset when Boulier left. But at the same time, I was like, okay, Vanisova. I like her. She's good. She's a top 4 scorer on Montreal. They're a good team. This is good. And then she goes and does something like that. And it does make you question for a second. We did make the right call, right? We did make the right call with that trade. I don't like that hit. And I hope it's a one-time thing. But that can't happen again. That's all I'm going to say. It can't happen again. And the response by New York, it's also dangerous. It's near the head. You can't do that. We got 5 and a game misconduct for Vanisova. They get 2. So 2 minutes of 3-on-3, 3 minutes of 2 minutes of 4-on-4, and 3 minutes of 5-on-4 power play for New York. And we kill that penalty off just to take another one. Like, immediately we're back in the box. And we kill it off again. New York, they pressed us. They were throwing everything they had at us, and we held the line. And by we, I do mean Maschmeyer, but we held the line. And then, like I said, 2 minutes and change. Brianne Jenner knocks it out of the air onto her stick, snipes it. 2-0, 2 minutes and change left. At this point, you're starting to say, okay, I think the question is less about if they win and how much they win by, And the answer is not 2-0, it's 3-0. Emily Clark with the empty netter. Send it home. Razova, another assist. Package this game up. Send it to the bank. So now, after the Clark goal, 3-0, there's maybe a minute left. The question is no longer, is Ottawa going to win? Ottawa's going to win. Everybody in that building knew Ottawa's going to win this game. It's over. Ottawa is going to win. And then the question becomes, Maschmeyer hasn't let a goal in. Has Maschmeyer let a goal in? No, Maschmeyer hasn't let a goal in. And that continues. And the time ticks down until there are zeros on the board. 0 seconds, 0 minutes, 0 goals. Goose egg shutout. The Ottawall is here. Monster mash time. Maschmeyer with a shutout. PWHL Ottawa with a victory. PWHL Boston with a loss. We are back in a playoff spot. This is a great game. And then you remember who we're playing next. We are playing Toronto, the team that has an 11-game heater right now. But also, we just got a shutout. And also, we are 2-1 against Toronto. The last time they lost was in Ottawa. So maybe we can do it again. This is a huge momentum-building game. And I've always been saying, but Ottawa hasn't won back-to-back games. We have one game until the break, until the IHF break. It is going to be no more PWHL Ottawa games until April after our game against Toronto. We've put ourselves back to being the masters of our own fate. We control our destiny again. We just made a big trade, and then another big trade, and then the trade deadline hit. We went into New York, we shut him out, and now we've got one more game, and we are staring down the barrel of being uncomfortable. I mean, if we lose and Boston wins, then they're right back to being in a playoff spot instead of us. If we win, then it doesn't even matter what Boston does. If we win and Boston loses, we have breathing room and 5 games left. So that's what it comes down to. What is going to happen before the break? This is a huge building block. Can we sustain this against the best team in the league? Against the hottest team in the league? And will our trades pan out? Or will we be scratching our heads saying, why did we get rid of Lexi? But I have faith. We just shut out a team. We just did what we haven't been doing and probably what we should have been doing. We got 3 goals. We won 3-0. This, I hope, is the start of something really special. We're back in a playoff spot. Once again, we control our fate. And we just need to grab onto that fate and make it. And as always, go, Ottawa, go.